Hi. How's it going? Normally, I start these Opus Magnum streams by having on loop a solve from the previous stream. I have elected not to do that because every single solve from last stream was a polymer. And if I leave a polymer running for an extremely long time for a stream intro, it will lag the game and make the intro less pleasant. So instead, what I have depicted here is the solve that me and my teammate, submitted for last week's Opus Magnum weeklies, which is a casual, not really a competition. It's not like the tournaments, which are like the real official event, but just some like weekly puzzle and metric objective that you gotta solve each week. And this was our submission. It was I'm gonna restart that sentence. It was me and Trotting Heart together as a team, the ever popular Team The. And this is the solution that got us 7th place, which is a really big deal. This is the best we've ever done in any of these weeklies, and we've been doing them for like a few weeks now. I think this was the 3rd? Anyway, this week's weekly is underway. It's a wild one, mostly because they did not tell us the metrics. It's actually really funny. The puzzle is effectively the puzzle from the campaign Invisible Ink, but backwards. And in keeping with the humor, they had like the weekly's event details blank, or more accurately in a font color that is the exact same color as the background, so it was invisible. I will provide no more details because people are still competing in this weekly week, and providing any details about like the status of anything would be a spoiler. Instead, we shall move on directly to our main event. Small scale construct fit. I cannot talk today. Why did I choose to stream? I'm stuck with it now. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to speak less, or at least really learn how to speak quickly. Today's objective is Volume 108, Issue 11, Small Scale Construction Crafts, as well as Universal Ointment, which will tee us up nicely for finishing the journal once and for all. While research to support the large-scale building projects initiated by the great houses has shown a tendency to dominate today's alchemical science, a dedicated cadre of independent practitioners has managed to initiate a revival of interest in older, half-forgotten traditions. These particular selected formulations harken back to a time when alchemists proudly refined everyday tools, common substances, and building materials for anyone who needed them. Also, hello, Thega. So we got an interesting collection here. One polymer, it's skew, but it is interesting in appearance, I will give it that. I guess just start with the big one and go from there. So it would appear that our objective is to construct a vaguely complicated object. Interesting. Mineral oil is apparently a lot more complex than machine oil, but that's okay. And it seems like we have everything we need to do this. This looks intimidating, but I think it's actually quite straightforward. If we cut this into 3 pieces, let's say here or so, we effectively have a... I can either include that or not include that. We've got this sort of like Space Invaders alien looking structure of air, salt, fire, iron. And then cut in between is some tin. So we make 3 of those, wrap them together in this cluster. And we're set. Main complication is that it's sort of an awkward shape, but as long as we're building these carefully, that should be fine. So just physically, I'm thinking we build some sort of air, salt, air, and then a fire, iron, fire. Staple a tin on wherever it feels appropriate when we get there. And then just do that 2 more times. Kind of reminds me of my puzzle. In the final step is just make a big thing spin around. We can do this. Starting off, we have to ask ourselves how exactly we want to assemble this. And I think I'd like to keep the assembly as simple as possible spatially. So I'm actually going to do a little piston action. My vision is to pick this up, move this over here, reset, pick it up, move it here, and then forward and back, and then over. Pick this up, turn left, and that should be our air, salt, air. Pretty good. And then how we choose to output that to the rest of society, we'll figure out later. Meanwhile, the iron is also not a big deal, but it does require some effort. There's actually 2 ways we could go about this. Because we need to make tin anyway, we could make a tin producing section that then just sends 2 tin over to be made into an iron. Probably not faster, but it is simpler. And today I'm going to try and focus on not really thinking too hard about it. So, in principle, you go grab, turn, drop, left, left, grab, right. Don't even have to let go. I'm going to push forward to here on the assumption that we want to make the iron and then the tin. And this can all be done by this arm. Actually, you know what? I can... Let's splurge a little bit. Arm number 3 will grab, turn right, and then reset immediately. Arm number 2 can simply grab, turn right, and drop it out instantly. And then reset. And then do it again. Except don't push out twice, just push out once. So we'll have a tin here, a tin here. This needs to go ahead. And then we'll have that final tin. Tin 1, tin 2, it made an iron, which we want, and then we have tin. Great. Now all we want is to add the iron to 2 fires, and then combine that with this, and we have pretty much everything we need. How do we want to attach the fire? We need to move the iron from its position so that it can sit on a bonder. And I think I want to use a triple bonder so that the fires can just be attached instantly. As far as a good place to put the fire for that, we have some time to be picky. So how about we grab in right. Well, no, we want to keep this side hollow because this is where we're going to be attaching the air later. This'll do good. Grab, right, right, push, reset, grab, right. Right, right? Oh, too many rights earlier. Which is actually a good thing. It means we can save on time. Oh, I forgot it would connect like that. That's embarrassing. How to fix. Oh, the fix is easy. Turn around this way. Just go underneath it. There's no easy way to do the fire from this position. So maybe change our position. I'm also curious what a good spot for the tin would be. We need to attach the tin somewhere, either above this fire or underneath this air. With the way we're physically assembling this, I have to imagine that attaching it to the fire will be easier. Uh-oh. Is Excel's not working? Why did it who broke it? Let me see if I can do something. Oh, there we go. Why is it empty? Okay, it's fixed though. Oh, okay, you blanked it out for reasons. Okay. But also, yeah, sure, you can ask something about Excels. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of messages in the activity feed from yesterday. I see. Okay, back to the solve. I'm thinking we could like swing in from... Well, I can't swing it from here because there's in the way, and I can't swing it from here because there's fire in the way. This is actually bad. Because this is going to be in the way when this swings down. Oh well. But yes, the new web-based version of Excel, the one that's been running ever since Lark rebuilt it for the ability for me to have it on Linux, is basically running 24/7. We can't trust that it's going to be reliable when there's not a stream running, but technically it's always up. You can at the very least look at it. You can go to the inttv.org website and there's like a particular link. Well, it's not on the website, but there's a web page you can go to and see it. Yeah, that's not going to work because that's there. And this isn't going to work because it'll hit the fire input. So we could move the fire input to here, and that might work beautifully. The right forward, reset, then just right, and then you're done. Yeah, that works even better. Then put that there. So at this point right here, the iron exists. We can pick it up, swing left, then swing right. And what's that do for us? The reason I want to swing right is to get some tin action. Ooh, better idea. What if we swing left twice? I can just give you that page. It's not a secret. It's just not readily available. It's also kind of debuggy, so... How best to do this? I could turn this over more. I mean, that's the wrong bond, which is why I'm bothered by it. We could wait here. Yeah, like hypothetically, we finish this bond and then twist out here. Okay, it's complaining. No, it looks like it's working. Yeah, you just set that to green and now it's green. Okay, focus. We grab, we twist. That puts us in prime real estate. It actually doesn't. But it does if we then subsequently push forward. No. Okay. Then maybe another turn. Then a push? I'm trying to get this in a configuration where I can then just take this and move it here. This is in the way. So we could twist again. And that would work. Don't even need the push anymore, I don't think. Oh, what? Okay, hold on. You're right, there is no chat. I was too focused on the color part. Where'd chat go? Quick, type something. I should have fixed it. Okay, great, thank you. Not exactly certain why that would have stopped working, but it's working now. Also, while I was there, I refreshed the new follow alert, so that should also be fine. Oh, beautiful. So now we can let go there. And then fly the newly built construct way over here. Hello. You're just in time. We fixed chat so I can see your message on the screen. And now... we either want the tin to be here, relative to where this whole molecule is right now, or here. We've got some time. So it's possible we could justify putting it back here. Depends on when exactly... yeah, we have time. If we twist it instead, we would collide. But it would put the air here and the desired tin there, which is actually very reachable. That's the wrong spot. Too early. That's good. That's good. Okay, that's 1/3. And now we just need to do that again. Oh, dang it. We need a better way of... exiting this situation. Now, the reason this concerns me is that the tin is on the outside. If we pretended to construct this here, well, we'd be basically in our own way. Okay, there was a little bit of a traffic jam, but I think I solved it. We go out this way, and now with this properly on the outer edge opening up to who knows where, like so, all we need is some conditional thing to, like, wrap this around and then check it in a proper receptacle. So that means... do that. And then physically, the way to move this would be... might as well do it with track. Alright, let this run like 3 times. See what it makes. Ooh, we need to remember we need this bond as well. There's no real issue. That's 2. Uh-oh. Interesting. Well, in that case, how about we move the device over here and see if it works on that side? No. Okay. We've uncovered the problem. How about here? Seems good. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we do want this down here. Okay. These bonds have been made illegal. Where's the crime happen? There. Yeah. Well, then to solve that, why don't we just track over first? Can't. Gotcha. How about twist, then track? Puts it there. Well, it works. No, it doesn't. I'm not even making the right bond. Just do that. Can't do that. There. 1, 2. I'm making an illegal bond again. I can see it. I can see it right there. Why is this the hard part? Here then. That looks good. And that's everything except for this bond right here. But that's not important because we can just drop this wherever we want. And guess what? I will. Because now we know that there's going to be an atom here at that point. So we pick up, turn right twice, and then drop it. Too short. So at this exact moment, we're going to need a bond here. And then dunk it. Solve. Success. Ride it to victory. Pretty good construction. I feel it kind of ballooned out of proportion near the end, but that was sort of unavoidable. We got a large object we need to manipulate in particular ways. We need the space to do that. But I'm very happy about this cluster down here. And I'm happy that this is a conditional-based triple solve. That's always cool. Yeah, we did it. Good stuff. Next up, this one reminds me of my attempted blackening iron submission for the journal, which would have actually appeared in this issue had it been picked. It was not picked. But it's a very similar atomic structure, except only 2 of these spokes, and it was about iron and Moores and stuff. The actual inputs are fairly simple. Interesting. I'm imagining some sort of clean way of doing it where I make like a hexagon of salt around a single lead, but the way they want me to do this... Can't do that. So I will need 4 lead made out of 2 of these. This will give me 2 earth, one of which will need to be salted. And then I will just have salt earth to remain. So we're going to have 2 of these, 2 of these. And I think we will make this triangle whatever bonds we have, and then we'll forge it into the actual bonds they want. And that means that I want to make a cool, funky little like hexagon hook here. So I'm going to make like an entire curve of this. And then we'll just glue on lead as needed. Bit of an unconventional design approach, but I think I like it. In fact, let's use the double arm. No double arm. We would just pick it up again. Tri-arm maybe, but no, I'll just reset. Cool. And let's say twist, twist, right, reset. Just give us some room to actually hook in somewhere. Could even do for another twist. Good. That's 40% of the solve right there. As for this, we are going to need to be fairly discerning about how we split this. Taking a nice little bit of track assembly line. That gives us 2 of our leads. I'm imagining a world where we like sneak in a bond here. It's this part and this part. But what if it was the other way? We would want a bond right there. One, two, three. Let go, turn, turn. How about let go, turn, turn, grab right immediately? And then, well, we can't easily do it on this side because it's occupied. Unless I do want that tri-arm now. Grab right, right, let go, grab right, right. All of this can be eliminated. And what does that leave? What it leaves is 2 opportunities to bond some lead in there. I feel like I've uncovered, like, secret technology here. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely. No! Oh! How could you do this to me? That way should be fine. But now we are very hard pressed to find a way to get this thing out of here. Yeah, we're stuck. We've locked ourselves in a room. I think I would prefer, therefore, to get some range on here. Tricky is going to be this, but I think a little bit of track will give us the access we want. Oops. Start there. So now while that's happening, number 2 should, I guess, input another lead. 1 needs to go in the center. The other needs to go on the opposite point here. I think the way I want to escape this situation is to have number 3 let go and number 4 twist over. That earth needs to go somewhere. Let me just move it out of the way for a second. Uh-oh. Yeah. I still think that is our best bet. We just need to wait on number 2. I like that. Wait to 3. It would land there. I guess we could turn right and then twist. The reason I wanted to do that was to get more room to twist this a 3rd time, but no such hope from where we're grabbing it. We can at least back another track that then gives us some room ever. And number 2 can drop safely. I think 4 should be done with its job now. Let somebody else take the reins. In particular, I think I would like to continue moving backwards. Oh, right. In that case, just move up. We move in, we can bond that. Just there, hypothetically. Also number 6, let 7 catch up. Then 7 can take over. You don't need that. And I'm trying to orchestrate this so that we can go over. This arm number 5 can actually spin into drop the bond. In fact, the first bond can just go there immediately. Let's say 5 turns right and then resets. Wait until right here. Go again. Because here, 7 will go back another time. And then there's that. So now all we need to figure out is how to get the lead over here. Ooh. Wait, 5 has a tricky plan up its sleeve. That still doesn't make any of the lead over there easy. Also, not many convenient tilts we can do. I think this one's fine. No longer fine. Maybe twist? No twist. Twist here. Twist there. The twist is good. And say we move it out and then double twist back. That's a nice general purpose location. Can I fit something here without it exploding? No. How about here? It'll do. My plan is to track in, grab the lead, and then fling it over. Too early? Here. Grab, turn. Oh, that's really interesting. We're violating causality here. This one, no, we can't because this is still waiting on its. Okay, that means we need to take the lead earlier. So what if we start here, grab it like here or so, one earlier. A little earlier. Oh, I'm tracking the wrong way is the problem. Way earlier. Beautiful. It's really close. It just needs to be a little... Well, it needs to move up one. Which can be done as far as I care. Yes. Here and it goes here, then this should be... not safe. Okay, we'll do it with this crazy twist on number 10. So number 8 drops here, we twist once, and then the bond that we place here will connect. And then we do some juggling. Oh, no. Okay, never mind, we can't do that. In that case, we will track backwards, then do the rest of it. Ooh, wrong way. Okay, we have it. Now we fix all these bonds. Starting with actually learning what they are. Everything converges to the center. So if we have an opportunity to add lead bonds to the middle, we should take them. For instance, right here. Right here. Let's do here and here while we're at it. That's all 6 in the middle, done before we even got to the final step. So now we want to focus on finishing out the remaining bonds and removing the undesired. Starting here, you can remove those bonds and add that. Move these bonds just as one complete step. Okay, that bond exists. So these are all the bonds. The only thing missing is that we have an earth instead of a calcification. I would love to fix that earlier on so we don't need to do another turn, and this is just completion. Let's find out where. So this one would be the salt, but this passes over the same location. This is covered. That's covered. This is not covered. And it never gets covered again. This is our position. Well, I put this wrong, but the calcification worked. Picking this up to do a sanity check on if it's the correct molecule. It is. I think we win. Oh, and while you're, okay, I guess I'll give you that link so you can look at Excels, because I assume you care. Assuming you're still here, Thega. I know it's been several minutes since I actually spoke to you last. You know what, I'm just gonna put it in the chat. That's an easier place to put it. There we go. So you go to there, and you can see Excels happen, though it is freakishly huge there. Apparently. Don't worry about it. Moving on. Cool, 2 down, 3 to go. Well, 4 to go. Mild steel. This is probably some Dara Metallica shenanigan. I'm going to start with resin glue. Well, this is a very sane and reasonable construction. What's the catch? I have found the catch. Excels used to be an application that I ran concurrently with the stream. But once I moved to Linux, it stopped working consistently. So it was rebuilt as a web page. Yes. Technically speaking, the web page, like, presence on the website is just so I can add it as a web source to OBS. It's not really meant to be functional. But it does work. Yeah. Means I don't have to run it. It's not... Because, like, okay. It wasn't clear, but the Excel's application was 3D. It was sort of, like, recycled out of my 3D shadow background thing that you see on certain scenes and stuff. So it's technically a 3D space that needs to render 3D squares. And that actually took a little bit of, like, processing power. So when I was playing a high-end game, it actually struggled. Mostly because I'm not that good of a programmer. But now that it's on the web, it's not a problem anymore. So many benefits. Okay, so I've discovered the problem of this puzzle. We have... Well, first off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We technically have 12... Like, it's an even number. But look at the water on this. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we haven't even gotten to the Earth. Which means we have to make this out of duplication and salt to make the correct structure. And all things considered, I don't think it's going to be that hard. Here's the plan. We're going to make the Earth Salt triangle out of the Earth Salt element. So just one there, one there, one there. We are then going to just sort of awkwardly glue on the water molecules to the edges of that triangle. Mess with the bonds a bit. And then at some point we just duplicate the water into double water. In fact, we can do that as step 1. And that changes the equation, because what if we just... We don't need that. Instead of making the triangle, why don't we make this, like, diamond and just replicate it? I think this goes to show that not every single journal puzzle has to be hard. It just has to be a good puzzle. I mean, Verdigris Glades got in, and I don't think that one's particularly hard. Yeah, so see, like right here, we do that, and boom, we have a third of the diamond. From there, we could stall this so that it attaches nicely. Then it'll reset, and in the meantime, we will move this out and spin it just like last time. Forgot the part where we twist it. Oh! Okay, that means we have to be discerning with the order that we do this. Idea. We split this into two jobs. One does the pull, the other does the twist. That way we can time the twist so that it doesn't collide. Oh, forgot to reset. Darn it. That just means we put this up here, and we're good to go. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well, it means that this doesn't have to be so forward. After all, it's not pivoting. Once go to this position like that, it doesn't necessarily have to be there to do that. If we turn this into a turn then twist, maybe we get more clearance. We do, but at the cost of that. Well, in that case, just make it bigger. Ah, but we need to intercept now. Not safe. So the problem is that we've made this loop, and I'm very happy with this loop. But we need a way to, like, stop it from being grabbed by everything. There's currently no point in this construction where it's not being held by something. The naive solution would be to simply duplicate everything. And then on the third run through, do something different here. Which I guess I'm doing. Yeah, I guess I'm doing it. Okay. And now we're out. And now all we need to deal with is, as always, the bonds. But there might be more bond work we can do here before we get there. For instance, we could maybe connect this bond, which needs to happen. It does put an awkward inner bond. In that case, let's have 3 still do its job. Then have this delay 2 and also move out here. Too early. Okay, so here's the new circumstance. First thing I can see is we can put a bond here. And and we can delete a lot of bonds. For instance, this bond should not exist, this bond should not exist, this bond should not exist. Another twist. This bond connecting the two also should not exist. That absolutely needs to exist, though. I don't see a convenient time for when we can get rid of them, though we can get rid of some here. Not all. Okay, never mind. We can't get rid of any of them there. So we'll do it down here. Not a big deal. I just wanted to like save on some glyphs here or there. Bond here. Unbond all of these. Turn one more time and then reset. That should be puzzled. Would have loved to have something that was actually period 3, but to have something that's fake period 3 is good enough for me. And frankly, the construction was nice and clean and simple. I suspect I can make this smaller. I suspect I can make this smaller as well. Can I go even further? This is a risk, but if it pays off big. It don't fit. This is the problem. It don't fit anymore. That also do not fit. Okay, length 2 arm it is. Pretty good. Actually above the curve on cycles. Did not expect that. Good stuff. In commemoration of the fact that we're about to do a bunch of metal stuff, how about we go to the Metallic Sigmar's Garden? Brought to you by House Colvin. And remember how to play this. Here's some lead, here's a lead, here's a lead. This tin needs to be accessed from this direction. This tin needs to be accessed from this direction. So we will need to get rid of these fires. And getting rid of fires is what we got to do. This tin needs to remove. So what if we do fire and fire? That would get us started. We do need to get rid of this salt immediately, though. It could be this salt. So like lead that, then these salts can go, and I'm not looking ahead as much as I usually do for these. Okay, we're now in the tin zone. We have one here, one here, one here, and one here. This fire must go. We need to clear this water. Tricky, but not impossible. We could use this water to do it, or this water from the fire. These earths, the moment we get rid of this tin, these earths do not, like, they become non-load bearing, except for getting to that air. So I'd like to keep them around as sort of our earth reserve. But I want to be careful because we do need to get rid of this fire, so I can't just delete fires freely. If I get rid of this fire, we can then pair these tins off. That gets us this water to use here, and then this fire to... interpreting this backwards. We would pair these two fires off, which then tins, which then waters, which then fires. And then these two fires would have to pair, but those look fine to pair. Especially if we're completing all the metals before that, it means that we can remove the gold to get to these waters. Though I like to finish by removing the gold. Might not be possible here. I commit to this plan. Tin is gone. This water clears this water. This fire clears this fire. We now need the other tin, which is cleared with air. I'm going to clear this air so we can get to this air later. The tins are gone. We are now on iron. 3 of the 4 are already here. This air is non-load bearing. This air is not load bearing. These 2 are. Let's get rid of both. And this is our earth deletion supply. Let's clear that out. All the irons can go off the board for free now. The 1 copper remaining is stuck behind here, but will be freed by simply using one of our earth reserves. So clear that. Clear this. The coppers are gone. The silvers are gone. Now it's just the cardinals. Stick with what's load bearing. Fires can clear. Oh, great. We have enough waters in reserve that we can just send these out. Earths are gone, air is gone, and salt and gold. Good times. All right, back to the journal. Let us start with mild steel. It seems so, like, simple and reserved. I was almost expecting this to be a production puzzle, but no, it appears to just be a lot of math. We have copper. We need to make this. They have given us the full suite of metal manipulation and the glyph of disposal, also known as the Oberon breaker. They want us to make this particular thing. Very interesting. Merry Christmas. Okay. The math on this is awkward, but doable. Let's start by exploring the division of copper. That will give us a lot of useful material. It's 2 tins. You know, I think I see a path. I'm not happy that it's wasteful, but it is a path. Imagine, if you will, we did this twice. We did this 3 times, actually. We would get 610. What can we do with 610? Well, 2 of it can be the top and bottom here. We can also reject 2 to get these 2 lead and 2 quicksilver. And then we can take those 2 quicksilvers, go to the last 2, and project them up to 2 iron. That means that with 6 tin, we get the tin, the tin, the lead, the iron, the iron. All that's left is the final iron, which can simply be taken from 1 copper, reject a quicksilver, dispose of it, and bond it together. I think that's how I choose to do this. It's not the cleanest, and by clean I mean there's a waste product. The Oberon breaker makes that canonical and okay, but I'm still sad about it. There's probably some golden path through all of this that lets you keep everything. But I think I'd rather just go for the simple results. I'm gonna try and, like, split this into 2 zones. Like, we're gonna diverge, make 2 of these in duplicated factories, then bring them together. So do this 3 times. How about we standardize this a little bit? Wrong way. I'm missing out on the bonding step, but crazy idea. Crazy idea. Oh, right, you have to, like, run it multiple times to run it multiple times. You too, buddy. Be wondering what I'm up to. Wrong timing. Am I really going to attempt to do this, like, quasi-conditionally? I can't. Because of the copper. But it feels like I can. Which makes me very excited. Okay, this feels like a cool solution that's happening. But check this out. Right here, we can pick that up. When is that? Right here. Excellent. Possibly a little too extreme on the motion, but actually, let's try it a little shorter. Oh, I didn't think of that. We could pull it out from the side like this. I think that has clearance. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm liking this already. Okay, duplicate everything we just did. Even add a few style points by moving this inwards. Reverse the direction of your spin. Include you in the mix. And this gets us really close. Forgot to duplicate the bonder. Remembered to duplicate the bonder. Oh, This feels like a construction is happening. Now we need to negotiate with this copper. Which admittedly is the hard part. Nothing can go here that has like a body. And we're never going to be able to make this like perfectly symmetric, so the symmetry stops now. But we get here and we are in a very good spot. What we want is we want the... Can you go there? No. Maybe we can still make it like stylistically symmetric if we care enough. Doesn't like that. How about we go extremely late then? We swap this to a piston and then push forward and have a bonder right here. We could then twist it and move over if the Quicksilver was gone. Quicksilver's not gone. Oh, right. We gotta reset. Also means there's some errant bonds, but that's okay. We twist, pull in, turn over, push out. After going forward, please. Twist, come back in, twist. Like so. Oh, we don't have room. That's okay. Why don't we just let them be a little lower for a second? The ways you do. This way we can start to envision victory. Yes. Yes. It even goes there. Does this fit? It does. Splendid. Okay, new plan. We're gonna do some nonsense. As you might expect, number 9 can immediately pick up and turn in. Number 10 might be able to as well. Oh, way too early. Right, because we're waiting on 8 to let go. So it finishes there. Yeah, let's get stylish here. This is a solve about style. This is gonna look really cool if I can get this to work nicely. So we pick up, turn, turn, track. Now I can't twist, otherwise we're gonna make fake bonds. So we need to turn off, twist, off, twist, off, twist, back, turn right, drop. And as a result, it will be oriented like this. This perhaps my... What? Who gave you permission to be broken? Is it because the delay is different? What if I remove that and we go back to a perfect loop? Does it need to be period 12? It does need to be period 12. Okay, that means we need to be a little bit fancier. Also, a lot faster. At least number 8 can probably start sooner. Yeah, all the 9, 10 onward stuff could happen way before the triples actually arrive. And that'll buy us some time. Actually needs to wait a bit. Hang on. Add a little bit of track motion to 6 and 7 once they get down here. And ignore the twist. Then number 11... waiting for their triumphant arrival. Twist those up, of course. We then turn, and then no more twists are necessary. We just turn in, that twist is unnecessary. We're too late! By 1! Can we save 1 cycle on this? No. Not there at the very least. Okay, let's think about what actually needs to happen. We need to turn, in. Well, maybe 9 and 10 can stall. Why are these this way? Oh, because they're not rotationally symmetric anymore! I mirrored this! And by mirroring it, I ruined everything. Okay. I didn't think I was making different chiralities for these, but I am. That could maybe be fixed by changing the timing on number 5. Like, say, move this here. That keeps that. Earlier. Okay, but that is the solution. More of it. You pick up, you grab, you drop, you pick up, you... Still dropping too soon. Let me do this then. This is what I did the first time. Okay, bad news. If I manipulate this any further to get the timings I need for this to work, I lose the period 12. The solution then is to swap both of these over. Something like that. That gives me more room, more time. So that's done. You need to happen twice. We're in business. No! 1 later. We saved it. I simply forgot to drop, and this is oriented the wrong way. I think we're good. I think we saved it. Oh yeah, we saved it. Look at that beautiful, beautiful construction. This is immediately my favorite solve of the day. Lovely. Real happy about this. Fan of mild steel, apparently. All right, on to the polymer rock wool fiber. An interesting construction. Interesting reagent. Wow, you want me to do a lot with very little, huh? Well, we need Moors, so we need that. We don't need Vita, so we need that. As for the actual elements involved... Okay, the way I'm envisioning this is we're making sort of two strips of these V-shapes. One goes salt, iron, Moors, tin, salt, and the next one goes salt, iron, Moors, tin, salt, but mirrored. And then that just repeats onward. And what really annoys me is that the nature of these bonds means that, like, just sort of piston pushing it down in a lightsaber-y-in fashion will not work. You try and go horizontal forward, this bond becomes this bond and the salt has been attached illegally. You try and go downwards, then this bond becomes this bond and the salt's been attached illegally. This is an abrasive material, and I am not happy about it. As for the actual construction, to get the iron, we're going to need to purify. Which means that to get the iron and tin we need for one of these Vs, we need 3 of this. Which is awkward. Because that would give us 3 salt, and we need 4. Oh, like random salt input? No. Okay. Which means in truth we're going to need to get 4 of these no matter what. An entire tin will need to be sacrificed to the void. Hold on. I thought about it. New opinion. 2 of these will create 1 iron and 1 Moors losslessly. Well, I say losslessly, but the Vita is just unusable here. So 2 of these will make an iron and a Moors. Another one can then make this entire tin salt alone. No modification needed. And then finally we need a salt. Alone. So we would take a extra one and just throw it in the trash. That's not too bad. Especially if done in that order. Let's start in that order. I'm going to make this bigger for more room, because this is an interesting construction. Because we're effectively doing both glyphs of input to output something at the same time, which is funny. We got to do some awkward linear jank. So we can pick up, move in, reset. We can then pick up, move in once, reset. We've got some product. I think I'm going to flip this around. The distance is annoying, but ultimately, we want these bonded together. The concept of the wedge that I'm trying to build here is kind of falling apart. I almost want to build like this snake Maybe I can. It's a tricky spot for the rejection. Not rejecting, but, you know, the one that goes to the Oberon break to go. So that would be here, turn right, push, reset. And that puts it reasonably close to here for the disposing of tin later. Very interesting. Repeat this. Which I just guessed, honestly. Repeat twice, of course. Now that would work if this was out of the way. It's not. Let's make it so. Grab these, pull in over this bonder. Number 5 can immediately reset. Number 6 can turn away. I actually like that a little bit. So let's say forward twist reset puts it here. Ready to grab that. The assembly is a little bit improv, but I think it's got some merit. 5 can reset again. 6 to do a twist. We don't have the connection point I would have liked for this. The solution is actually to twist this twice. Build it at a bit of an angle. And suddenly it almost feels like 5 should be the one to deliver it, but we can't deliver it in a way that makes sense. Because we want to end up with the iron here and the Moors here. Which means we'd have to hold it by the iron as we move in. Get it to this spot. Yes, okay. We're gonna go twist in, but 5 will go turn. This will reset, grab, push, reset. Ho 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 ho! And now we have that. Things are now going to be a lot more improv. Because this whole thing that's happening right now officially stopped. We want to transfer 1 tin salt, which is stabilized tin, of course. We want to transport 1 stabilized tin way over here to be placed on this point. To do that, I'm just gonna like do a crazy wild swing. Pretty close. the actual desired location, just looking from the angle we want, is to basically flip it clean over and to attach it here. How's about we attach it there? Imagine something of the nature of grab, twist, turn, push. No, another twist. Looks nice. And now we need to sort of well, a few things need to happen. One, we need to move this to another station to attach this one to the right side. We bank that way, so this thing we need to go down, down, and then twist. What if it just turns quickly? Turn and then twist. How close are we? Let go. We're holding it by the tin right now, so in, left, grab, forward, forward, twist. Ah, we are in a loop. Need more time. So now we would want a pin salt right here. At the same time, we could collect the salt for here. Somehow. Is this spot open for business? I would like to pick this up, turn in, and then just dispose of it. Wait a minute. I just saw an opportunity. Right now, this iron wants a salt here. We don't need to leave. This 9 is poorly positioned. I want to pick up here with number 3. Right here. Rotate clean over. And I guess I'll track it. Eight is too fast. So that solves like half of all problems. I mean, that puts a salt there. That's kind of a problem we had. And then forget all of this. In which case, this doesn't have to go back at all. Just once 3 arrives, turn back out. And get ready to go. This also means that this no longer needs to be a triplex because we're not using it for its triplexian purposes. Oh, yes, we are. For the side bond, yeah. I am not concerned with this. What I will do instead is they'll just track 9 out twice and then pull in. Not fast enough, huh? I guess 9 can be an intermediary. And then when 9 drops its inevitable output here, we can just take 10 and grab, pick it up, and all good. So what's left? We need another tin salt to go here, and another salt to go here. The big salt issue is that it needs to go to the other side again. Getting the tin salt out to a meaningful location should be fine. In fact, we could do this backwards. Like, let's say 3 turns one more time. Oh, it does a little twist. Suddenly we have space. The 3 can reset. And assuming we don't move the compound anymore. A bond here for the tin salt, a bond here for the salt. I think number 9 can help us out here. Let's do grab, twist. No, twist out so that it doesn't debond, and then turn in. Here, 9 can grab again. This time, try and turn 2 over. That was real interesting for a second. I don't think we can use this position that 9 is in right now effectively. So I'm just going to let it spin the full way around and then work with it from here. What it has to do from here is quite simple. Number 11 can grab, turn right, twist, and then track down 1. Wow! Impressed that you got hit there. Easy fix. Alright, that's the tin on. In fact, looking at it, seems like it wants to be a triplex bond. May as well add that in now. Very good. And now all we need is the salt here. And we have created the double wedge technique that we wanted from the start. It's taking 9 a while to get back. I'm also worried about it interfering over here if I make it a double arm. It's okay, though. When arm 1 is gone... I really hope that fits. And that positioning is perfect. Oh, it fits. That is amazing. Alright, there's the bond. Well, there's the compound. All nice and ready to go. Now all we need is to prep it for transit. Let's say 14, like twist 3 times. Actually, twist 2 times. I like that. Then we will try and pretend everything's fine and nothing's wrong. This is about to get huge. I don't care. When 14's done, 15 will grab and just sort of like throw it at what we can only assume is the waiting future compound. In fact, triplex bond. This is going to make an illegal salt, but I choose to fix it later. Because if we track once... then say... go down 2 and then right 2. A lot of illegal bonds, I know. Maybe if we shimmy like that. One too far? Turns out this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. We're only making 1 illegal bond. And the illegal bond's in a direction that otherwise does not appear. So we can just debond it. And then get our output. Bring it all the way over here. Align it in some way with the compound as we are constructing it. That looks good. If we do that, we should be able to bring it up 1 further. Though it's still misaligned, but it'll save like 2 cycles. Alright, big solve! That's not the correct position. Okay, bring it back down here, move this here. Good. Guess I should have expected that if I'm taking this snake route with the triplex, it would just work out. Maybe there was a world where we could have done something more lightsaberian. Not really, because... but... something. There's a lot more lightsabery of an output track than I thought it would be. Nice. Interesting that the two bars for cycles are the same size. There's a particular wide spread of cycling solves for this that apparently are both very equally built. There's also a very popular area solve, though these margins are huge. Wacky stuff. Okay, that is the entirety of issue 11, and we have only one more puzzle to do today then. Going back to the Imperial University, because we're no longer Darren Metallicing. From issue 12, puzzle number... I don't know what order you would list these. Is it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Probably. Universal Ointment. See? No Metallica in sight, just quintessence. So you get water, stabilized earth, and elemental fire, and you need to make this compact little assembly. You are given the Van Berlo wheel, which is logically necessary because you need an air element somewhere. I remember when they were asking for submissions for issue 12, somebody, at the very least, requested that there be some Van Berloing shenanigans. Not that it was like part of the prompt or anything, but one of the event judges was like, hey, I feel like the Van Berlo wheel's underutilized. Good to see that one made it in. So here is the unification glyph. This is an interesting question of salt balancing. Logically, we would want one of each of these. And one of each of these would make the ring in the middle. But that's not enough. Because we need the quintessence, which is made out of 4 elements. And we need these at the end. It is cool that we can just make the ring, though. I wonder if we can try and perform surgery a little bit. Kind of the opposite spirit of Surrender Flare peeling. Where instead of... where like the intended operation is remove 1 salt quicksilver in, then put it back in, but instead people like to peel out the whole thing for the fun of it. What you probably want to do is make things in a normal assembly, then attach these on the sides, but instead I want to make this so that I can later perform surgery by just like moving in the quintessence real quick and then closing it up. Easiest way to probably do that would just be to neglect the fire till the end. Meanwhile, the quintessence. Well, actually a lot of things. Outside of the ring, which is 1 of each, we are going to need 6 sources of marble. Naive approach would be 2 waters. Oh, wait. That's just another one of these. We make 2 okay, I have the silliest solve I would like to do right now, if you're willing to indulge me. One of my puzzles that I made for issue 12 was hex stabilized salt as a reagent, some crazy Van Berloian compound as an output and no glyph of unbonding. So you had to manipulate these large hexagonal structures. Actually, you know what? I can just show you it real quick. Where was it? Yes. Heat separated compound, and here's just like one of my solutions I made for it. But the basic idea was that you had this and you can unbond. So to make this, you can very easily see the structure involved. But you have to manipulate this to Van Berlo it up and just make it. Here's what a solve of it looks like. So in my case, I built the whole thing, then did some Van Berlo junk, and then like glyph of duplication to propagate the other elements to where they're supposed to go. And then output it. So in the spirit of that, I think I'm gonna try and solve this by first making this literal ring. As just a preliminary step. We are going full nonsense. I'm changing this puzzle into a new puzzle. Oh, right. Yeah, okay, alright. I don't know how to get that last bond on there, but maybe it doesn't have to be like a fully enclosed hexagon. Like, that is enough to get the gist on it. In fact, arm you can reset immediately. You don't even need to go further. You're retired. You are also available to go back, which I think I will manifest as being arm 3 leaving. Okay, emotionally I do want that last fire to be attached proper. Okay, here's our input, and we'll get 2 of them. Oh, okay. Okay. Begin solve. Okay. So. We got 2 things to do. One of them is make this ring. Oh, look, mission accomplished. The other is to disassemble this ring into its constituent parts and also Van Berlo something into an air. In fact, we could just do that as an introductory step. Even better. Buddy, I am thinking things. I am having thoughts and opinions. Likes of which you will never have expected. Okay, it doesn't seem practical. I wanted to, like, add the air early and then I have to calcify it later, but maybe that's just a step too far. There we go. Okay. Begin solve. We're getting funny with it. So, fundamental first step is disassemble this. Get all these 4 elements ready in the glyph of unification to make the quintessence. The 2 salts will then be diverted off to make the Vitamorph. Then we will take all of those and attach them to this thing like a mech. Things get fun when you stop caring about the metrics. Just start this disassembly real quick. First priority for me, I think, is removing the salt from the equation. Weird idea. We have the room to pick up every single one of these in a hexagonal shape. We can't do this now, of course. The rotation would tear us apart. Maybe on step 2. Say we split this into pieces. Suppose it'd be more of a tri-arm situation. These are good holds. Maybe I want to hold this by the fire. It's getting real interesting. Oh no, I want to do a funny. I want to do a fun thing. This solve is going to be pure whimsy. You're witnessing like the fundamental concept of joy happen here. Get ready for this. We're all going to track forward and then twist. Ain't that... Look at this. In, grab, out, twist. It's beautiful. Okay, so having done that, we have these, which we now need to get to a reasonable position on the glyph unification. I have the glyph positioned like this. There is no reason this needs to be the final form of it, though. Also important is that we need to get these salts out into an animismus. I think I'm going to reuse these 2 arms for some work. Let's do the motion I want, yes. The reason I'm doing that is to get these forward so that on this side I can have a piston that grabs, pulls, and resets. Then it can grab again, pull, reset. Bottom side is going to be a little trickier. This one's limited by the salt in the way. I would love to rotate the salt this way. I guess I can. Just have to be quick about it. And the moment these move out, this one can now turn down. Let's say we just, for maximum shenanigan of density, put the Glyph of Animismus right here. Something happened while I wasn't paying attention. Oh, we've hit our allotted time. Thanks for playing. Give me more. Okay. Moving on. 9 is not busy. So 9 can pick it up, move it over, and that can be the... then in the meantime, all we need to do is have another arm of around this timing. Prep the Earth into position. There we have our quintessence. We now need to perform surgery on a quintessence. Put it in there somehow. And then slap these on the ends. So while all of this is happening, let's reposition this. At the point where you let go, do a big triple turn. So we want the Vita here, the Morse there. All of these are ready to go. Seems like construction is going to be happening below the plane. 13, 14, so this happens when 10 lets go the first time. Good. 12's coming in ready for that. Given the salt is here, maybe we put the... swap these around. Very happy where Morse is ending up. So how about we go around? Oh, that one's close. But then from here, it shouldn't be that difficult to say... grab here, reset. Heck, the bomb can just be ready for it. From here, if we twist out, idea forming, genius, now available. all that 17 has to do is twist. Right here. 12 needs to let go. The twist needs to happen a little later. That's okay, we can be patient. Now we just need to perform surgery! How do we want to perform surgery? Part of me thinks that we could, like, start surgery earlier. Like, Quintessence is ready now. We could, like, grab it out with 9, move it over. And, like, hypothetically, if earlier in this process we somehow got rid of the fire element, like, maybe while 12 is spinning, we start debonding it. Say here. Even just a little bit to crack open the... Ooh, then maybe here. That's a very interesting problem that 9 has right there. Let's pause for a moment. So, right now, all we need to do is get... I see it. I see what needs to be done. We need to get Quintessence here. We need to move this up. Which means that upon this twist that we did, track up. We just need to attach, put back the fire, and we're good to go. And I'll do it with 9. The 9 will turn out, track over sideways. Push, push, let go. In, track back, grab the fire, track in. And that's it. At this point, we have made, aside from the little bit of bonding that needs to happen here, the final product. We can't really twist back this way, otherwise we'll hit the debonder we hit earlier, unless we hit that debonder even earlier. Go back to arm 12 spin. It's cutting the outer edge, so cut the outer edge here. Because now I'm thinking, if 9 turns back in, we have a triplex bond waiting for here. Push out. We'd be done. The question is if this bond that we unbonded here will be rebonded there. The answer is no. We've done it. This was very fun. Let's kill the extra time. We don't need it, and see what breaks. Nothing. We are golden. I'm really happy we went with this, like, ring construction. I really like this move, just visually. Everything else was pretty nicely choreographed. And we got a good solve out. The area is abysmal, the cost is abysmal, the cycle's about on par. I'm happy with it because of what I made it. I turned it into my own puzzle. I like this. This was a good time. We're actually in an awkward position where I'm a little early. I guess I had a lot of extra bit. We could start some of issue 10, but that would just take away from next stream. What to do? Actually, you know what? How about we... It's been a while since I did. How about we take a puzzle off the Steam Workshop? I'm going to go to the Steam Workshop, and I'm going to go get a puzzle. I'm just going to, like, browse. And we're just going to do one. Maybe I'll do another one by Prodding Heart, just because we are a team in the weeklies. And no one else has given me a puzzle to do. How do I go about... Oh wait, what am I doing? There's a much easier way to go about this. I go to the Opus Magnum Discord. Well, the Zachtronics Coincidence unofficial Discord. Go to the Custom Puzzles channel. Or I guess I go to the search. Do from, : name of person, in, : the Custom Puzzles thing. And we get a puzzle. And the most recent one, visually, is a diamond, which reminds me of Verdigris Gem. And seems to be reasonably interesting. And I don't know if this was a potential submission to the journal. I think it's a little too late for that. So this might have just been a puzzle made for the joy of making a puzzle. Because I scrolled to earlier ones, and there's like, oh, here's prototype gilding wax. And then this is like a solid month later, so... Yeah, I think this is just a puzzle for the puzzle. Let's do it. This comes with lore, by the way. Oh, I have to, So now that I know the puzzle, I need to go back to Steam and find it. Then I can hit the subscribe button. So, here's the lore. Actually, here's the puzzle first. This one right here. Saurian Gold Medium. Lovely diamond shape. All I can say about House Colvin and their idea of working conditions is this. Good riddance. A decent patron is worth their weight in gold these days. And speaking of gold and its weight, I might have an idea or two for that Quicksilver storage medium your ladyship spoke about the other day. G. Duro, former assistant to V. Ravari. Yeah, anyone who's a former assistant of Ravari, you're gonna have a problem. I like how just the perception of House Colvin is that every single alchemist that isn't Varen gets alienated and goes to House Soria. Lovely. Okay, but here's what we have to work with. We have little gold diamond. We have reactive gold and reactive salt. I don't know if that's how that... Maybe it's stabilized mercury, stabilized quicksilver, I forget. You don't get those kind of things in a workshop puzzle. It just says reagent and reagent. And this is product. So, inevitably, we need to make 6 of these. And inevitably, we need 2 of these. But without the Oberon Breaker, we are hard-pressed to dispose of all of the excess. Now, we could always do a waste chain. But I think there's another idea in play here. I think what they truly want is for us to split gold and then build it back up. I say they as if it's like an unpersonified notion of a puzzle creator, despite the fact that I know exactly who made this puzzle, logically. So now we have iron. and 1 extra Quicksilver. We are also going to need to have 2 Quicksilver in reserve over here, just, from the 2 salts we need. So just mathing this out, we can do iron, copper, silver, gold. So that's 1 gold. Then copper, silver, gold. Which is this gold, but in the meantime, we've created 3 more golds. Which is only 5? Do we do it again? Okay, new math. So we'll have 2 from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Copper, silver, gold. Iron, copper, silver. No, then we can make too much. Wait, no, it's okay that we make too much because we need to put a Quicksilver in the middle at some... Wait, then never mind. This is unnecessary. Because in the old system, we have iron, so copper, silver, gold. Copper, silver, gold. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then for the last gold in Quicksilver, that's already an attached pair. So this is all that we need. Okay. I now feel ready to tackle this problem. All it takes is 1 division and a lot of projection. It's not going to be a clean solution, but it will be a solution. Let's make production zone Act 1 over here. Logic this backwards, that's okay. We can always reorient like that. There we are. Oh no, we're good. Okay, that's 1 gold taken care of. Now the rest of the gold, and pardon me as I think about this while multitasking on doing something else, will come from the golds that we forge to forge a new path. Not so easy to get these in position. I imagine crazy world where we turn immediately, but this iron needs to move out somehow anyway. What if we, like, made the ring just awkwardly? New plan for arm 1 to make it easier to move around. Just have it be purely track-based. That way, say I grab it now and turn. Looks nice. Then suppose we have a... debonder here. We can move the iron over with a little bit of an arm 6 here. That can happen wherever. May as well do it early. We've run out of luxuries. An awkward gold construction will need to start taking place. It's okay. I also have to multitask 2 different parts of the solve as I do this. One resets, so 1, 2, 3. No matter how I choose to go about this, there's going to be an awkward, like, tracked bit to get the Quicksilver over. That's fine, but I'm a little annoyed. I choose to be a little annoyed. The weird gold construction is going to happen on top, so I should put the tracked arm on the bottom, even though it feels like the final construction will happen below. So this is the correct move. One, two, three. And now this awkward gold construction has to happen. And I envision it as perhaps making this arc here. So to ensure that we have the time to do that, I'm going to use a tri-arm here. I didn't think about the consequences of my actions. Oops. Easy fix, use a hex arm, don't turn as much. Okay. And this also provides us a fantastic exit strategy. Simply grab the final product and turn left 3 times. We're hitting the time loop. Let's just give ourselves a buffer for now. Look at that! Fresh gold little crescent thingy. Ready to go. A new thing can happen now. A very interesting thing can happen now. During the final, can't do 5, has to do 4. We can begin transplant of this into the middle. It would end up here. But what if we tracked before? before turning. And what if instead of rotating here, we twist it? Oh, wait, no, okay. Some turns need to happen. 1, 2, then let's say twist, twist. Almost. This is now a problem of number 9 being in the way of its own idealized construction. I have 2 ideas on how to fix this. One is track 10 forward once more, which leads us into that problem, which then causes us to want to go like, ooh, ooh. Which works. 9 can, well, okay, 10 can take a vacation. Actually, 9 and 10 can take a vacation. I'm gonna get those inner bonds mostly sorted with this brand new 11 numbered arm. And then we're gonna just swing it down to the bottom, coalesce everything we've built so far over here, and build the final product. So 2, 3, 4 turn. Okay. That means don't do this here. Instead, twist it once just to get clear of the problem area. Then turn, then do this later. That'll work. In fact, let's finish the job. And the reason I'm okay with finishing the job here is that there's going to be a lot more rotations we need to do to get this in a good position for that. May as well happen in a way that fixes things. Next up, diabolical salt idea. Right now, this is like visually symmetric. So it doesn't matter where we put this on this, conceptually. So what if, let's say at the first turn of arm 10, when it goes here, what if salt was here? I want to see what happens. So in principle, we can take this with a brand new arm 12 the moment it's built. Actually, no, it needs to be with the swing, which is awkward. What's number 5 doing? Number 5 is not busy. Right here, pick up, turn left, then reset. So that at this point, we can do a 2-armed spin in with arm number 12 whenever it becomes relevant. And it becomes relevant right there. Now, does this work just naturally with everything we've done already? Yes, it does. And I'm really happy about that. Okay, we have accidentally created another part of this. In fact, if we wanted to be real fancy, do a little of that. The other salt we will not have so much luck with. I say, seeing how this will actually go perfectly fine. In terms of the way we want to get this over there, we could do some work with gold to move it over, but clearance on this will be a tricky bit. So once 11's done, grab with 13, push over. Twist first, then push over. I'm worried about hitting arm number 7. I like this as an opening. So if on this turn, this gold was here, we'd be in business. Better yet, arm 3, we can start recycling some of the old arms. Like, where's arm 3 at? Don't put it there. I did this because I had this vision of, like, bonding this salt to this gold here and then using it as, like, one of the edges. But with what we've constructed now, that no longer makes sense. So instead, turn that way twice. Set. 14 is now in position. I turned the wrong way. It's too fast, which is an interesting problem. That's fine, we can wait. And then in all this time, we could easily, with just some manipulation, get the final salt over. If we move it there, I can... It's not going to be a clean manipulation. Good. 3-arm it to here, then 2-arm it to here. Okay. We've got time. Upon letting go here, maybe we can get some of that work already done. And we know the final position will be here. So do it. And then this can be at the same time as we do the final turn with arm 14 for the final gold. I think better to twist down. 13 needs to actually let go. Then a lovely left turn into clear. Alright. Pretty dense factory over here. Causes us to try and fly out and find clearer area. So it's a little bigger than I would have liked, but it gets the job done pretty good. I stand thoroughly corrected. What happened? First off, get rid of this. Did I forget to reset something? Yes, I did. I forgot to reset number 4. Any other sanity checks? This is a hex arm. It does not need to be reset. Everything else is looking fine and good. Okay, proceed. Nothing changed. Why is there a problem? I guess it's the loop. It is the loop. Arm number 8 is grabbing again right at the moment we pick up. So we will need to delay by 1. We're good. We have stopped being good. It's too soon for arm number 3. Well, then delay it a bit. We got the time. Excuse me. New question, how did that salt get there? Oh, it's the next salt. Once again. Okay, this time it's arms 15, 16, and 17 that, well, mostly 15. That needs to, not that far. Some room. What? Oh, 15 and 16 jointly need to stall. Too much. We're good. We better be good. We're good. Found a way to save an arm. If 15 moved twice instead, then we can pick up from here. I did it. I saved some cost. Right, that does move it down a bit. I am unsaving some area by doing this, but that's fine. Nice. I think it's a good solve overall. I definitely managed to do the things in it that I wanted to do in it, which was this fancy construction, this, like, cut-in of the Quicksilver. And the scaffolding required to do the rest of it isn't that bad. You know? One quick sanity check. Can't do that. I was also interested if I could turn up to output it. I could if I added another arm back in. But I don't want to. So we'll leave it at this. I think I've been doing some silly solves. I think it's good, though, that I'm, like, taking elements from different schools of thought for assembly and using them all together. Even if the result isn't optimal in any normal, sane metric, it's fun. Good puzzle, I liked it. I'm not biased or anything. Actually, I'm not in this case. Okay, well that's it. That's the solve. That's the stream. We're getting to that part where I run out of the ability to talk. So, it's good that we're stopping here. Next time, we're gonna do these 4. Then we're going to do the final boss. And then we're going to do a victory lap. Look forward to it. I'm Exception. This is InTV. Have a good day and good night.